Hello and welcome to this video on substitution and formulas. So today we're going to be looking at substituting numbers into expressions and formulas, and then we're going to be using these to complete calculations. So you might be asked to work out values in these types of questions perhaps. Okay, so if we take a look at this example here then, so in this example x is 4, y is 6, and we need to work out the value of 3x times y. So what we've got here is an example of an expression. The way to identify as an expression is that it will not have an equal sign. Okay, we won't know necessarily what x and y will be in every single circumstance. But in this particular circumstance, x is 4 and y is 6. So I'd like you to work out the value of 3x minus y. Okay, let's have a look at the solution to this then. So 3x means 3 times x, so 3 times 4 will give you 12. Then we just got to do a subtraction. 12 take away 6 will give you 6. Okay, let's go to our next example. Okay, so a little bit more complicated this time. So this time I'd like you to work out the value of x when y equals 5. So y has got to be equal to 5 in this example. Okay, so we've got y squared there. So remember, squared means multiply a number by itself. So that means y times y. So because we've got 5, we need to do 5 times 5 first, which is 25. So you've got to remember your rules of your bid mass when doing this. Then we've got to multiply that 25 by 4 to give us 100. Then we've got to do 100 minus 12 to get 88. So in this particular, well, it's actually really an equation. In this particular equation, when y is 5, x will be 88. Okay, now we've got a formula here then. So the formula is v equals half x squared times by the height. So I want you to work out the value of v when x is 10 and h is 7. Okay, so first of all, we need to do our x squared. So 10 squared will give you 100. And then you can either half that and then times it by h, or you can do what I've done here. You can do 100 times 7, which is 700. And then 700 divided by 2 is 350. Or you can multiply 700 by a half and you will still get to 350. Okay. Right, next example then. So this formula works out the tax you pay on your earnings. So T is the tax, E is the amount you earn in pounds before your tax. So I want to know, how much do you pay if you earn £24,000? Okay, so first of all, you will notice you've got brackets here within the formula. Remember your rules of bid mass, you've got to do whatever's in the brackets first. So we know what E is, so this £24,000 is E. So if you take away that 12,570, you get 11,430. And then this 0.2 is on the outside of the brackets with no gaps in between. So what that means is you're multiplying everything in the brackets by 0.2. So we know we've got this 11,430 in the brackets. So if we multiply it by 0.2, we will get 22886. So it's £2,286. I should have a pound sign there, shouldn't I, really? £2,286 for your answer for that. And just so you're aware, you might be thinking, why 0.2? Well, that's 20% as a decimal, and that is the base rate of income tax in the UK. That is the rate for most people in the UK. Okay, next question then. So we've got this formula again, but this time, and they do this sometimes on some of the harder questions, you've got to work backwards. So this time you're being told the tax, which is 6,300. So you've got to work backwards to find out how much Dave earns before the tax. Okay, so think about what you were doing previously. So before we multiplied, at the end, we multiplied by 0.2. So the opposite of that is to divide by 0.2. And that will tell us what is inside the brackets. Okay, so we know that we've got a total of 31,500. So remember, the opposite of subtracting 12,570 is to add 12,570, and that will tell us how much Dave earns. Again, I should have a pound sign there, shouldn't I? 44,070 pounds will be his earnings. And if you want to check that, if you took 12,570 away and multiplied it by 0.2, you would get 6,300. If you wanted to check it's right, you could just work forwards again. Okay, and that's it for this video. Make sure you hit subscribe, and there'll be loads more videos coming your way on the GCSE Maths Foundation content. Thanks very much for listening. Bye bye.